Hello. Did you want to watch an Avenged Sevenfold knockoff? How about a child dying? Or how about two women touching each other? Well, you've come to the wrong place. This is You've Seen Her At All Before.
Episode 9. Vengeance will be ours. In 2006.
Review.
Of Happy Fun Time.
Let's start this.
Play
Play the intro.
1, 2, 3!
So, a lot of shit has been happening since One Night Stand. ECW still hanging around. DX has reformed.
Yep.
And yeah, there's lots of shit going on with Revenge Cena. It's pretty underwhelming, but so be it. Yeah, that's all led to Vengeance 2006.
You can't see it from here. Yeah.
They really want you to suck it as well.
Apparently. And they sure did suck it.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Should we just go straight into the first match, or is there anything else you want to talk about?
Do you want to talk about the music first?
It was rubbish. Well, it's got DVD extra. I don't even remember the band name.
18
there we go.
Visions.
18 Visions with the song Victim.
We are the victims for having to listen to it.
If you are like Avenged Sevenfold and other kind of metal bands, then you'll like them. But it's not very good.
No. That's as exciting as this episode really gets as well.
Yeah, it kind of just sucks. But, you know, so did Saliva back in the day. And I like that.
And you like Saliva.
So do you.
I did. I think I grew up.
No, you still like them.
Randy Orton versus Kurt Angle again. Kurt Angle's on ECW now, though. Well, he was before, I guess.
Yeah, because reasons.
Reasons.
Reasons. Because I don't know why he's on ECW. Honestly, I never associated him with ECW. So yeah.
There's that.
Because Olympic
gold
medalist fighting for ECW.
Well, as we discussed last time, he did almost sign for ECW back in the day.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Right.
It doesn't have anything to do.
Okay.
I think this actually might be the last time we see Kurt Angle on a WWE pay-per-view as well.
Really?
I'm pretty sure he's gone after this.
Forever?
Yeah, he resurfaces on TNA and that's 9 years
And
later and he's
that's
still there.
And it's the end of his career.
With his own disabled parking space.
Really?
No.
And he lost his wife. It's sad.
Yeah, Kurt Angle's...
Rest in peace, Kurt Angle.
This is pretty much the exact same match they had at One Night Stand as well.
I can't remember. Honestly.
You can't remember One Night Stand or this match?
Yes. No, I remember this match not being that bad, but it's kind of your typical Kurt Angle match, where it's a lot of grappling, a lot of suplex.
Yeah.
It's a lot of German.
The original Suplex City.
Yeah, before the Brock Lesnar. So,
It's good action. Kurt Angle tries to German Randy Orton to the outside, and Randy Orton's holding onto the ropes, which again pretty much happens in every Kurt Angle match.
yeah.
They actually go to the outside, and Kurt Angle does German Randy Orton on the mats.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
There was a bit where Kurt Angle's Randy's lying down in the ring, and Kurt Angle's on his back, just slapping him like a little bitch, which I think he might have done in that One Night Stand match as well. It's just kind of one of his moves. He just slaps the people in the back of the head.
But it's going to be like fundamental wrestling, it's like you wind people up doing it or something.
Yeah. I thought it's because he's bald, so he gets a lot of that.
Yes. Happy slaps.
So, yeah. But honestly, yeah, like I said, the whole match was like a lot of grappling, A lot of suplexes. Is there much more to say than that?
Not really. Randy Orton hits a thumb to the eye, hits that awesome drop kick, which he used to be able to do, which doesn't really do anymore, but sadly. But it was a really good drop kick.
Yeah.
Orton takes advantage, and he sort of wrestles very Triple H-esque. Lot of knee drops, slow, methodical, hitting a body part. It's good, but it's not. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy this match that much.
Well, okay. As the first match, though, like, do you think it's a good first match?
No, I thought it was too slow.
Okay.
Could have done something else to sort of get people in the mood.
Well, I won't say it, yeah, but we do have a faster paced match. Do you think that should have been the first one?
No, I think that should have been probably before the main event.
Oh, okay.
Which was like 4 or 5 matches before the end.
Which one was the main event? We'll get to that as well. Which match is actually the main event? Because, oh boy.
Honestly, looking at every match on this card, don't really watch any of them.
Yeah, you do.
I think Eugene versus Umaga probably should be
What was next? Let's not jump the gun.
Alright, I finished talking about this one, yeah?
Honestly, all I've written down is suplexes. It's just so much.
Randy Orton climbs to the top rope.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he doesn't really do any top rope moves. Top rope moves. Moves. Which is something that actually really annoys me, is that when people go to the top just so the other person can hit a move on them. Like, if Adrian Neville climbs up to the top turnbuckle and gets suplexed off, fine, Adrian Neville does climb the turnbuckle a lot. But when people like Randy Orton or Ric Flair did it at some time, it's like, what are you doing? You know this isn't going to work.
Especially that it's the heavyweights that get you. Like,
When the Big Show climbs the turnbuckle, you're not thinking, oh, he's going to hit a 5-star frog splash here. You're thinking, he's going to land on his fat ass, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's true.
Yeah, this time Randy Orton goes to the top, Kurt Angle runs up, jumps up, does his base back suplex, but they're both really off balance, and Randy Orton lands on the back of his head. And it looks really painful. He then unties the turnbuckle cushion.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a heel.
Yeah.
And Kurt Angle hits 8 German suplexes in a row.
Yeah.
But Randy Orton's unfazed, pushes him into the turnbuckle, and hits an RKO and wins.
Yeah. Kind of how he usually wins, I think, doesn't it? Because, honestly, I would probably just die after the 8 German suplexes. It's amazing how they can do that.
Yes. So, any closing thoughts on that match?
Said it all, really.
It was good, but it's what you expect.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of... You know what as well? It probably happened on Raw as well.
Yeah, these guys have been feuding for about 2 months.
Yeah,
Are you sad to see Kurt Angle go?
Watching 2006, we've had some good times with him. You know?
I've got to say, whilst I've been impressed with Kurt Angle, especially his promos...
Yes.
The matches have been poor.
Yeah.
But then he's been up against people like Mark Henry twice.
Yeah.
The match against The Undertaker was good.
Yeah.
If a little bit.
Yeah, also watching all these pay-per-views, you realise that the feuding just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand what's happening.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, Kurt Angle fighting with all these wrestlers. I know it's...
Well...
but when it comes to the story, it's like, wait a minute. where did he come from, Mark Henry to Randy Orton? Where's the connection in that?
I don't know. I think Randy Orton insulted him in some way.
Oh. Yeah. I guess it's wrestling, so that's what happens.
Pretty much.
Anyway. It's the storyline. Also, there was someone holding up a TNO sign in the crowd.
It's so that Kurt Angle can go sign his contract after the match.
That was
like the TNA contract negotiation.
Yeah.
I'm over here! Okay, Umaga versus Eugene.
Do you not want to talk about Vince McMahon in between?
I was going to leave that to you. So you can do that now, if you like, and then we'll talk about Umaga versus Eugene. Off you go.
Okay. So, you see Vince McMahon on the phone. It cuts to Vince McMahon on the phone talking about D-Generation X. I don't think it's... No, they don't say who's on the phone.
No.
But,
a little bit of backstory, like, DX been pranking Vince McMahon, like they sent a guy with a big chicken and said, well, DX said you like cock.
Yeah.
Then they sent the dancing guy and gave him a penis pump.
Yeah. and they do it again, actually. Yeah, and he's on the phone, and then he kind of just stares off into space and has to end the call, because in front of him is a disabled little child with a D-Generation X t-shirt on. At first, Vince seems quite nice for the child, and then he starts talking to the child in kind of creepy way. I can't remember exactly what he says. He says like it was like
That's gonna get me this time.
it was like molesting language. Like he was really talking really nasty things.
Like most of the Vince McMahon promos we've seen this year, is like, this is both disgusting and frightening.
Yeah.
And a little bit rapey.
But it doesn't lead to that, which is good. Well,
Maybe
this child had to get the job, so had to be an audition. So Vince basically thinks that this is another prank by DX because he's got a t-shirt on. You see, he's not just a fan, a disabled fan. That's not given away by the wheelchair. So he picks him up, not out of the chair, like he gets the chair and wheels it over, and then he opens up this door, which I don't know what that door is.
It's like the longest broom cupboard ever.
Yeah, like that's just, I assume that was his office or where he was sitting in, and there's the door there's the entrance, and then there's just this other door. And he decides to take him for a ride by actually pushing him down. Which I don't know if it was like...
And then you had like the comedy crashing, like...
Yeah. And you hear this kid screaming to his doom. And, yeah,
So he's dead?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know if it was a long hallway or was it downstairs or something. But the kid's dead.
Yeah.
And actually dead. We don't see that kid for the forever.
And then Jonathan Coachman comes in.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, I got a...
Well, he hands him the
penis pump.
Penis
This was
pump.
outside the door. Here's your penis pump.
Yeah, exactly.
And Vince's like, yeah, I got him this time.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, by the way, the disabled son of a friend of mine is coming out. I said he can have a quick chat with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's this little kid on a wheelchair. He's like, yeah, you have a great. Shit. Damn. So Vince just killed a child.
Yeah.
And this is the only scene in 2006. Has he killed any other children? Disabled people, yes.
Yeah. Killed a fish. Raped Candice Michelle.
Yes.
Rape, she was consensual, really, I guess.
Yes, true. It was religious.
Yeah, blasphemy.
That was
Raped
weird.
God.
Oh, yeah, that's true,
Uh,
This is all in 2006 as well.
That
You're
was,
saying this.
yeah.
So really, killed a fish. I just realised what you meant. Yeah. So yeah, 2006 he had a mean streak of actually trying to hurt people.
And fish.
Physically and emotionally.
Mostly us.
Yeah.
The audience.
The audience. So yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can talk about your favourite match.
Umaga versus Eugene.
No.
Okay, Umaga comes out and he's like, oh!
Racism. You know Vince made that character.
Armando Estrada does his I am Armando
Yes.
El Hello Estrada.
With his sausages in his pocket.
Yeah, sausage in his pocket. Stop waving your papers about.
I'm hot.
Then Eugene comes out, which
Yeah.
typically gets a from me because, you know,
and me.
I find it A, offensive, and B, retarded somehow.
Well, hold on. You can't say that.
I think it's both offensive to people who are retards, and I think it's retarded.
I was going to say. This is offensive. I hate retarded people.
Yeah.
No.
But, like, Eugene's got some...
You're just going to call him retard as well. Retard has some retarded friends. No, we don't like him because he's playing a retarded character. And you know Vince made that character as well. Seriously, these are two Vince characters. Racism and retardism. That's a word in the dictionary.
Offensive, I think.
They're both offensive.
I'm not even sure about Amando's character.
Amanda?
Amando.
Oh, Mondo. Yeah, he's probably racist as well.
And considering what happens later with the porn. Porn, not horn.
Porn?
Yeah. Cully too.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Keep watching, guys. But anyway, Eugene's got some friends with him.
Yeah.
And they're just as retarded as he is.
Oh!
One of them's Jim Duggan, who I hate.
Oh!
His character has always been, I'm a fucking idiot, and I've got a plank.
Yes, but the
Which
crowd...
is actually smarter than me.
The crowd actually love...
Being a man.
Oh! Because it's something that they can do and join in with.
Yeah. And then Doink the Clown comes out.
Yeah, which is actually the best wrestler there, at present.
Robert. Reap the Clown comes out.
Umaga's painful.
And then Kumala comes out, who no one's seen for about 20 years. Most of the people in the audience don't even know who he is.
Right, and you said that he looked exactly the same then as he did back in the day.
Yeah, less physically fit than I am. I'm a fat fuck, but like he's a proper fat fuck.
Yeah, he ate a fat fuck to get that fat.
This is actually completely pointless.
Yeah. It's a Eugene match.
It's a Eugene match at the start of Eugene's... it's an Umaga match, I mean, at the start of Umaga's run.
Right.
He kills Eugene in about 3 minutes.
Right.
Spikes him.
Yeah.
And then, like, Jim Duggan comes in, he's going, whoa, 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 whoa. And Umaga nails him as well. Doink the Clown comes in, does some doink slaps. He gets nailed. Kumala comes in, slaps his belly, acts like a complete, racist character. And Umaga's like, I'm going to kill you as well. And Amanda Estrada's like, no, wait, he's too tough. You must leave. I'm thinking, this guy is probably like 50 years old. He hasn't been seen in wrestling for like 25 years. Umaga could probably kill him. If that's probably why he's like Amanda's telling him to back off. I said, no way, you'll kill the guy. You'll give him a heart attack. Just leave. Having said that, this is probably the second best match of the night.
No.
No, top 3.
Yeah. That's true. We do have a John Cena match later, so... Yeah, I was going to say the battery's running low.
Really?
Yeah, can you not see it?
It's only been on for like 10 minutes.
It's going to run
I
out.
think the battery's fucked, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Should we do the next bit?
Try. Okay. Best thing of the night, Mick Foley promo.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can talk about this as well, because I know you love Mick.
He does this cheap pop thing where he's like, this is the town we're in. It's Charlotte. Is it not Charlotte?
Yeah, it is. Because Ric Flair.
Yeah, it's Ric Flair's hometown. It's Charlotte, North Carolina. He's
Yeah.
facing Ric Flair. And he still does... He doesn't get a pop from the cheap pop. It's heel Foley. He's been heel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Mick Foley's like the most popular guy in the world. The fact that he can make people treat him as a heel
Yeah.
is still good.
And they still love him anyway.
He reads from the Ric Flair book
Yeah.
about how Ric Flair said he was nothing more than a glorified stuntman.
I was going to say, only Mick Foley would do his research.
Yeah.
No one else would read Ric Flair's book.
There was actually animosity between them, like Cactus Jack, when he was in WCW, when Ric Flair was booking, was basically booked to be a Muppet, and
Yeah.
they didn't like each other, but they did make up around about this point. Hence,
Right.
getting them to fight and having Ric Flair bleed like a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. For sure.
This was pretty much a Cactus Jack promo as well, and just the way he gets emotional,
Yeah.
the anger. And
But it was very cool. It wasn't like funny Foley. It was
no, this
more
was proper intense.
legit, like
Scary, he's going to fuck you up with some barbed wire Foley.
Yeah, he can cut a promo and he can do a good match.
So, Flair versus Foley starts.
Yes.
Foley tries to out-wrestle Flair. He doesn't.
No.
Flair out-wrestles Foley.
Yeah, and that kind of beats the purpose of what Foley was saying. But yeah.
I think that's the story they're trying to tell for the next pay-per-view is that, I think
Foley can't
SummerSlam's
wrestle.
next when they fight, is that Foley can't...
Wrestle.
He wants to wrestle Flair,
But he can't.
but he can't.
Because he can't wrestle.
He's not very good. He's okay, I guess. But that's the
If
point.
a chair is involved, or barbed wire,
Mm.
or tacks.
But Flair grabs him by the balls,
Yes.
doesn't get DQ'd,
That's... Yes.
gives him a squeeze.
No, but that's not the point. It's that the referee was staring at it. Like,
Yeah. Oh my god, he just grabbed his balls!
I should be... This should be the end of this part. But
Two.
this I was going to say match, but it's not. It's just the first pinfall. Or whatever.
And disqualifications are a thing in this match.
Yeah. So yeah, like Flair's got him by the balls. The ref's like, I'm gonna let this happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see where they're going
I'm
with
going
this.
to let this slide. It's fine. Ric Flair does this all the time.
Foley gets some offense in, hits his running knee in the corner, which I like. It's a great move.
Right.
Goes to do something. Flair rolls him up, gets the first fall.
Don't forget Socko.
Oh
It's
yes,
the first
I
bit.
forgot about that. Foley gets Socko out, but it's Flair-like. It's got like a jumper and it's all shiny.
It's got hair, blonde hair and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah. And he kept that in his pants.
Okay.
Maybe.
Flair they go outside.
Yeah.
Foley goes over the steps in the way that only Foley does. Really hard, and it looks really painful. He goes over the stairs, which is what I've always liked about Foley. They're fighting. It's not going well for Foley. He gets the trash can. Oh no, Flair's got him in the figure 4 leg lock.
Yes, as well, yeah.
Foley gets the trash can and just hits Flair with it.
Yeah.
DQ. That's it. Match is over.
No, it's not.
No, the match is over.
The match is over, but it's not over for Foley.
Foley gets outside, grabs the barbed wire baseball bat, and just fucking kills Flair. Like, he hits him in the face like 3 times, he grinds it against him. Flair just leaks.
Yeah.
It's fucking scary how much blood Flair is losing. It's just pouring out everywhere.
We watched this a few days after Halloween, where we watched Peter Jackson's Brain Dead, and that had less blood than this scene. Because Ric Flair bleeds like a...
I don't know if he's on blood thinners or something for like a bad heart.
I think he's just constantly being injected with new blood that is there to shoot out of his head.
Ew. And that's the end of that. Foley walks away. The crowd are like, okay.
Flair's family lets them stand in the
Charlotte is there.
Why do you ruin it?
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Charlotte is there. Go on.
With Ric Flair's wife.
Charlotte.
And Charlotte. Charlotte and the wife look pretty much the same.
They are. You're seeing double.
Flair has had sex.
No, stop. This is for children.
Flair's walked into the wrong room and he's like, I don't know who you are, I'll just climb
It's
in.
dark. And also, we see Charlotte before she's in it now, in NXT, so it's kind of weird.
Right.
She looked a bit younger. That's about it, really.
She looked younger in that time before.
You know, when she was younger.
Yeah, she looked younger when she
Now
was
she
younger.
looks more like Ric Flair. With tit. Wait, no, he has to.
Ric Flair has to.
Yes. I was going to say... You've ruined my joke.
I don't even know what the joke was.
And then I didn't get a chance to go like, Charlotte is there!
Charlotte's there. Ric Flair. Is that the joke?
What was that? No. Was that Ric Flair in his like bloody mess? Yeah. No. I was gonna say that Ric Flair's family have him stand out in the garden and they pump water for him and he's a sprinkler.
What?
Because he's.
How is that the joke?
Because he bleeds a lot. But they instead pump him with water.
So he's dead.
Yes, you already established
They've
this.
hollowed him out, stuck a hose in him.
Yes.
And now he's pumping
holes in his
water.
head. He goes,
I think they just buy a sprinkler. I think it sounds cheaper.
no, it's not.
It's a Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, because Ric Flair's done it for him.
I'm cutting this part out.
No, it was funny, but you fucking ruined it.
Charlotte is there.
Charlotte is there.
Start from there, okay?
No, it's fine. We're going to the next match.
Charlotte is there.
No, next match. Fuck Charlotte. Well, hold on.
I fucking would, I'll tell you that.
You
Carlito
will.
porn next.
Charlotte there.
Carlito's being interviewed by Maria.
Yes.
And this is just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because Carlito is pretty funny. But she completely confuses Carlito.
Well, she goes, Carlito, this thing happened. Is that cool? Before he can answer, she goes into like this existential
This paradox of his.
fucking, yeah, it's like,
The Carlito paradox.
to be cool, you have to be not cool. But to be not cool is to be cool. But cool is not cool. So, would you spit Apple into people who are cool when they're not cool, does that make them cool?
Well, like,
And he's like,
if he shoot,
What?
I think he said she was like saying that if you spit in the face of someone who is cool, does that make them uncool or like?
well, if being uncool is cool, then you're spitting apple into the wrong people's faces, which is uncool.
Oh, you're wrong, Cody, And then Cody's like, oh, Jack. No, he's just kind of like...
He's got his own face. What? And he goes, Maria, I don't even know what you just said.
It's like...
Doesn't matter, shut up.
That's not
I'm going to win my match tonight.
Yeah.
You think I'd be the end of it?
No.
But Tori Wilson comes in.
Wow. She's got muscle.
Holding a dog and a bottle of oil.
And lots of muscle.
And she says, Carlito, can you hold my puppies?
And he's like...
And he goes to grab her breasts.
Yeah.
And she gives him a dog.
Yeah.
Now, she said puppies, and there's only one dog. So Carlito actually has every right to grab a boob.
No, there were two dogs.
Other than Tori Wilson.
No, there were two dogs.
Was it?
Yeah. There were two dogs. It's not on the back of the box. Oh, Tori Wilson's puppies. Oh yeah, it's an extra on the DVD. Tori Wilson's puppies. No, they were
By Jerry Law.
You know what? I think WWE have done that joke too many times. I think
Yeah.
they do the puppies and then they put the dogs in. And it's probably the same dogs as well.
Yeah, if it's Tori Wilson's, then yeah. But like, yeah, okay, there are two puppies, and I think you're right.
Yeah.
She gives Carlito the two puppies.
Yeah.
And then she says, Maria, come rub oil on me.
Yep.
And they go over to one side. She's wearing a bikini, so I'm guessing they're suggesting she's sunbathing.
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah.
And like, Maria and Tori Wilson just start rubbing oil on each other.
Right.
And Carly's like, oh yes, rub that oil on him, yes. Oh yes, you dirty bitch. Oh yes, tell him to do some nasty things with
This
you.
is so cool. I ain't spit in the face of this.
Oh, I would spit in the face of this, yeah.
I'll
It's
spit
so
it.
fun. When his music starts and he has a match,
Yeah.
he's like,
Shit.
No, shit, no!
He puts like the dogs down.
Yeah.
And then fuck up, they're gone.
Run free.
Go dogs, go!
It's your chance.
No offense to her and stuff. I don't know. I guess it's just an opinion. It's like a thing, but I don't really find like it's surprising that for WWE they picked Tori Wilson to be like the woman to be rubbed.
Well,
she's so muscly.
She's just been on the cover of Playboy though.
Right.
Before this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't watch that.
And also, I think she's fairly open to being sexually assaulted.
She wasn't assaulted.
Oiled.
It's not assaulted. She asked for it.
Okay, yeah. But, like,
It's not like it was freaking bacon.
paid
Like
to do it, I
it wasn't
guess.
like she was going to be sizzling and they put the wrong oil on there. They put like, they put like
bacon oil.
Bacon oil. Yeah.
It's not even- it's-
Also, she's she's dressed up for a match when it comes to WWE. Like that's what
she's
they
wearing a
wear.
bikini, yeah.
No divas match.
No, there's no, yeah.
At
We've
all.
had this great story between Mickey James, Trish Stratus. They're not here tonight.
No. Well, I'm sure that's ended, isn't it? Trish has left, isn't she? Or
Not yet, no.
no?
No.
Where is she?
Not here tonight. Got night off or so.
Great. But yeah, but there's no women's match.
I would point out at this time in 2006 there aren't really that many
Women.
women wrestlers.
Right.
You've got Ashley who can't wrestle, Tori Wilson who can't wrestle, Maria
you would
who
have
can't
thought they would
wrestle,
have thrown.
Melina who sort of can wrestle,
And
but at
they,
this
they
point
don't
not
necessarily
really.
need to because they have.
Charlotte Flair is actually still the best women's wrestler you see tonight.
Yeah, and she wasn't wrestling.
Yeah.
And they don't necessarily need to wrestle though because they do like the pillow fights and the big like whoever releases their clothes. So.
We saw the Tori Wilson Candice Michelle pillow fight.
Right. So I mean.
Candice
there's no
Michelle's not
excuse.
there tonight either. She's
Yeah.
not in any promos. She's not
There's
being
no
molested.
excuse. I don't know that I want to see a shit women's match, but it's just surprising that they don't have one here at all.
No. But like you couldn't even fit another Mickey James Trish Stratus classic. Although
Yeah.
the last one was pretty dodgy. But...
Yeah.
Actually, might be why maybe Trish Stratus is injured. She did look like she hurt herself in the last pay-per-view she was in.
Possibly, yeah.
She landed heavily on her shoulder. if you
So,
remember.
but they're very good promo because Khalil's hilarious.
Yeah,
and this leads into a really
This
good
leads
match.
straight into the match as well, which is, I think is just great.
Best match of the night.
By far, yeah.
This is Carlito versus Johnny Nitro versus Shelton Benjamin.
For the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. And it's exactly what you think it is. It's a lot
It's
of...
fast-paced.
Yeah. High-flying moves.
High-flying, exciting action is just amazing. And
Yeah.
when you consider what ECW is at the moment and what it should be, this is actually a very ECW kind of match in that you've got very different styles.
Yeah. Working really well together.
And also young, hungry guys who want to get over.
Yeah.
Working really hard for it. And, the sad fact is, a few years after this, these three, they're nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think Shelton Benjamin leaves.
Johnny Nitro
Nitro-
just changed to Jim Morrison. Does his ECW bit, doesn't he?
He gets a run for the WWE title, but he never actually gets it.
Yeah. And Carlito.
I don't think he gets a shot at it. R-Truth takes his shot at it.
Yeah.
And Carlito's gone. He's like fighting with Epico in a few years. Or Primo, I can't remember which way around it is. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, really.
The other thing I noticed with this match is the ring is absolutely covered in blood.
Yeah, it is, yeah. We were talking about ECW as well. Like, it's funny because I would say maybe even the Foley Ric Flair match is a good ECW match because it's sort of that more don't. Oh well, a bit of wrestling, but most of all just beat the shit out of each other, like you do in.
That's the
ECW.
other side of ECW. Is that it's just
yeah.
like two old guys cutting.
So like you have those two matches. It's funny because there's the actual ECW match later with Cena and Sabu,
and it's awful.
yeah, it's less ECW. So yeah. So this match we have three wrestlers working very well together. And
I think the most surprising thing about this match, no botches.
I was
From
going
these
to
three.
say from Benjamin.
Of these three in general, really.
I'll show Benjamin mostly.
Honestly, I didn't cover the moves at all.
It
I just
is-
wrote awesome, awesome, awesome.
It is just that. It's just an awesome match. I mean, we've talked about similar matches before, and it's what you would expect of such a good
Yeah.
match. But there are key moments like the turnbuckle bit. They
The
do,
Tower of Doom, yeah.
the
So
Tower
they do
of
the
Doom.
suplex, and like Jim Morrison gets him in like a German suplex, and it's like a suplex off the top.
Yeah.
That gets holy shit, and this is awesome chant. They go to the outside as well, do some dives outside. Fucking awesome. This match is absolutely fantastic. Johnny Nitro steals the win. Not cool. Because Carlito's outside, he's like, come on, no porn, and now not cool.
Well, it's not. It's still. He thinks it's still. He thought that match was pretty cool because he didn't spin his face.
Yeah, sure, he didn't spin his
Maybe he was actually. That's why he lost. Was because Mariah Carey, whatever her name is, Maria
Canales,
Carey,
something like that.
whatever, confused him. And he for that whole match.
He was just standing outside while the pin was going on saying, what did she say?
Shit, I missed. Damn it.
So yeah, Nitro is the Intercontinental title. And we'll go on to feud with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
For pretty much the next 2 years.
My favourite Jeff Hardy moment.
Yeah.
Painting. Show the clip. Because we don't we don't do the raw videos and stuff, so.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen for another 2 years.
Show the clip.
No.
Why did you mention it then?
You mentioned it.
No, you mentioned Jeff Hardy!
Oh no, he's got a feud with Jeff Hardy soon. But that
That was the return of Jeff Hardy, though.
that wasn't.
Yes, it was!
That wasn't the return of Jeff Hardy. It wasn't. Fucking
It
wasn't!
was!
They were feuding for ages, for like 6 months before that happened.
No, he was on drugs then.
Well, probably, yeah.
He lost his dog.
Just move on. Spirit Squad can't
Cut that bit
cheer.
out.
Vince gets pumped in the
No,
face.
hold on. Cut that bit out.
I am.
Well, then you got the pause.
I did.
No, you didn't. You carried on.
After that match, Spirit Squad can't actually cheer properly.
No.
They're like, Johnny,
But-
Mikey, Nicky, you go, yeah,
Dolph Ziggler. No.
Vince says, yeah, get out there, yeah, even though it's not the next match.
And by the way, the child's as far as we know is still dead.
Yeah, yeah. He's not walking around.
Well, he wasn't anyway, douche.
Vince is like, penis pump, I've got time.
Yeah, he does.
Takes the penis pump into the bathroom,
And
it explodes
explodes.
with green. He's got green on his face, and it's like, ew.
He's angry. And he's green and angry. He's the Hulk.
That's fucking disgusting. Vince this year, like 2006, every time I see him, I'm going, oh,
Yeah.
you're
Also-
a filthy old man.
He kills a child and then he thinks he's just going to pleasure himself.
Yeah, it's like, if there's a dead child now, I'm going to have a wank.
Yeah. That's just wrong.
Alright, next up.
But he didn't. Wait, hold on. I should
Oh,
establish that
God.
they don't go in the same. He doesn't go in the same room as the child. He goes in the bathroom.
Okay. RVD versus Edge for the WWE title.
So yeah, this is the last.
3 matches before the end.
Yeah. Well, this is obviously going to be good. It's RVD versus Edge.
The story is Edge won RVD the title basically by spearing Cena through the table.
Yeah.
RVD invited Edge to ECW to thank him. Edge speared RVD.
Yeah.
They have a match.
And Lita's there.
Lita has no boobs.
Well, I wasn't going to bring that up. But she does. She's got lovely.
Yeah.
So, this match. No?
Edge comes out, makes a sports reference I didn't get. Because I couldn't care less
They
about American
always
sports.
do that.
Edge is really bad for it. Like, throughout his whole career, he's like, hello, we're in Cincinnati, and the Cincinnati arse wipers are shit.
Doesn't he make fun of their families as well? Because they're all kind of inbred.
Yeah. It's Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah,
you know.
not that they are.
Here down south, I've written legs are fun.
Legs are fun.
Oh! This is the start of the match. RVD's kicking.
Legs are
For some reason, I just decided to write legs are fun. I might have been quite delirious at this
We're
point.
not professional reviewers, and we write shit notes.
Good kick dodging from Edge. He's like ducking and diving and gets kicked in the face still.
Yeah.
Dodges out of the way, gets hit with a standing moonsault. RVD pretty much starts the match off with offense, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. You want to say it a bit louder?
Not really. They're at pretty much this most awesome moment of probably the pay-per-view actually for me. RVD's on the outside. Edge does a sunset powerbomb to the outside to Rob Van Dam, and it looks like it really hurts.
Yeah.
Really,
No,
really
definitely.
fucking painful.
I mean, at this point, Edge has established that he could be hardcore. So he is having a hardcore kick right now at this point.
Yeah.
So
This is pretty much Edge's breakout year.
and when WWE ECW happens, does Edge ever go into that?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, when the actual ECW
Invasion.
when they actually have the title and everything, like
The ECW title.
yeah, like you know they had Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Edge ever actually have a part in that?
What, ECW?
Yeah.
No.
So why did they build this up so much?
Why? Because he wants the WWE title.
No, but he,
Which
you know, we've already
the
seen him.
ECW champion happens to have.
Yeah. No, we've already seen him destroy Mick Foley in a hardcore way. Now we're seeing him go up against RVD and everything. Like he is.
This isn't a hardcore match, though.
I know, but it's still hardcore. It's still cool.
It's just good wrestling, though, and that's what Edge...
Yeah.
Yeah, Edge is pretty good wrestler.
I just
I
think.
don't really get what you're trying to say. Yes.
Yes, he could have been in ECW.
Oh, what do you mean? Could Young Edge be back in the original ECW?
No, I mean the WWE CW.
No, he has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He should have done
Why?
because he's good.
But he's probably good enough to go for the WWE title.
Yeah, but obviously it wasn't because John Cena.
But he wins it.
Yeah, but John Cena gets it back.
John Cena always gets it
Yeah.
back. Oh, everyone should be on ECW.
No, that's the problem. They've messed up.
What would Edge accomplish on ECW?
Being a good freaking wrestler. Unlike everyone else in ECW. Not all ECW. Though, yeah. Like, just continue with the freaking...
I can see what you're trying to say, but Edge was like the top heel on Raw at this point. He's the top
Right.
heel in the company, pretty
Right.
much.
Well,
It would hurt him to be in ECW. Especially considering what ECW turned out to be in the end.
yeah, I know, but that's what I'm trying to say. What they
So if you're saying if Edge had the ECW title instead of Chavo Guerrero, it would mean a little bit more.
Yeah, I've seen Chavo be good as well. Cause he's
That's
in Lucha
true.
Underground.
But
He's
then
pretty good in that.
he's competent. He's not exactly going to be... You wouldn't put him as like the face of your company though, would you?
No. no, not at all.
Especially as he lost to Hornswoggle.
And he was really shit in WWE. Like,
He wasn't, not necessarily. He was really good with Eddie Guerrero.
that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, after he died.
Also, watch Rey Mysterio's debut in the WWE
Yeah.
against Chavo Guerrero. That is a fantastic match. Probably one of the best cruiserweight matches I've seen in WWE. Actually.
Okay. Edge and RVD.
Yeah. Sunset Powerbomb to the outside is awesome. Shut the fuck up. Okay, what do you think of this match? After I told you to shut the fuck up.
This is actually okay. It's a hard choice between this and the last match. Which one's the best one of the night? They're both very good, but they're kind of my favorite. They're my kind of matches, anyways. Like high flying matches and fast paced matches. Like, and this is a fast paced match because
We get a couple of
they
awesome
both
rolling
can do
thunders.
it.
Like Edge counters the rolling thunder with a power slam,
Yeah,
and then like Rob Van Dam just hits an awesome rolling thunder anyways.
exactly.
Back and forth action.
Yeah, I think. I mean, they really built up Edge at this time to be, and really show how good he is. He's and going up against RVD, who's also a really good wrestler. It's another example of two wrestlers working really well together.
The thing is, I think the reason this match is good, and is like good for Edge as well, is that unlike when he's up against Cena, RVD gives him opportunities.
Yeah.
RVD sells for his moves.
Yeah.
It looks like a competitive match. Whenever Edge has faced Cena this year, except at New Year's Revolutions, which was after the Elimination Chamber, Edge, it's like his moves don't really seem to hurt John Cena that much. It's like he does his signature moves and like Cena's up doing STFUs within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas RVD actually sells for him. It gives him comeback spots. Like I think RVD just works really well as an opponent for Edge.
Yeah, and it works with the story as well because it would have to be competitive. Edge really
The
wants
story
the title.
at this point is good.
Yeah.
Edge cost John Cena the title, so John Cena doesn't like Edge. But Edge still wants the title, which RVD has.
Yeah.
RVD tries to be friendly with Edge, Edge spears him, gets his title shot.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens after with John Cena as well.
Yeah.
And it's at that point that this starts going downhill.
Yeah. Exactly. So, overall, great match.
Yeah. RVD accidentally kicks the ref in the face.
Yeah.
Lita gives Edge the belt, and RVD counters and hits the Van Dam later into the belt.
Yeah.
Goes for not rolling front, 5-star frog splash. Lita pulls his leg and breaks his nuts.
Yeah.
Edge does an awesome DDT off the top rope. Yeah.
I remember.
Then it gets fucking stupid, and the end of this match is stupid. Lita gets a chair.
Oh, yeah.
RVD is slowly getting up.
Yeah.
Edge is going to spear him.
Oh, don't.
Lita has the chair.
No, she doesn't just have the chair, she has her head against the
Instead
chair.
of just like holding the chair out like that, she's actually like, yeah, I'm hiding behind the chair.
Because
Yeah.
if this worked, she would have got hurt.
Yeah. Edge goes for the spear. RVD jumps out of the way. Edge spears the chair into Lita.
Yeah.
Fucking deserved because it's fucking retarded.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
So Lita's out and Edge just hit the chair.
She couldn't have more obviously held it in that position. Like I said, like that, or if she was supposed to get hit, so maybe she could have just stood up properly and held it, and then the spear would probably worked a bit better. She was just like that, chair in front of her head. Like,
So even if Edge had hit the spear on RVD and had gone into the chair,
yeah,
it would have hit Lita in the head.
it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
But yeah, Edge is out as well. RVD hits a 5-star frog splash. Ref gets up. 1, 2, 3. Great match. Ending is stupid, but I did enjoy this.
Yeah, I mean, the ending is just it's only stupid simply because of how blatantly obvious it was. Like, we saw that for another match, and I think it was One Night Stand actually, where they just position themselves right into it. It's like, that's a bit silly.
Okay, next after that we have Kane versus Kane.
Oh yeah, which I thought was surprisingly good.
Really?
For a Kane versus Kane match.
Oh, it was awful.
No, we were talking about how the opposing Kane, the imposter Kane, was actually a bit of a better wrestler than Kane.
Being that he's young, it's Doc Gallows, I think.
Yeah.
Or Festus, whatever you want.
Yeah, it's him. And he did
I think the best thing about this match for me is that he comes out to the old Kane music in the old Kane costume.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, Kane was actually pretty cool in 1999.
the imposter Kane was also the only one that I remember actually went onto the turnbuckle in this match. Because there's one part.
No, they both do.
Oh, okay.
Because they botch.
Oh.
Honestly, this match is only about 10 minutes long, and I thought the first 6-7 minutes of it were really boring.
Yeah.
It's basically just them punching each other.
Which I was surprised because I remember a Kane versus Kane match which was maybe I think it was on Raw though. That was really short. So
I think it's the Raw after this where Kane versus Kane, actual Kane wins and takes off Imposter Kane's mask.
Right.
Chases him throughout the building. Like Imposter Kane just leaves and Kane throws the mask at him, and that's it. It's done.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's awful.
I didn't remember.
That's pretty much how this feud ends.
Yeah.
Imposter Kane does some old Kane moves. So he does like he does a drop kick, does leg drop. That it's okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Like he does a good job at being the original Kane. Doesn't he? Yeah.
Goes off the top rope, but it looks really messy. It's clearly a botch and it's terrible. Imposter Kane hits a chokeslam, wins. Doesn't really. This is fucking awful. The story is awful. The wrestling is awful.
It makes you remember that old Kane was better, and they've always kept on like trying to bring Kane back to that, but then changing. Like recently was in the suit, but like once they put him back in the mask, it's like you've already ruined it. And we know that Kane isn't this like horrendous burnt victim. And
Kane stopped being good around 2003.
Yeah.
Because it was at that point that he stopped being this interesting monster, psychological beast that you just don't understand. Yeah. As soon as he took the mask off, and he had that run of Triple H and Goldberg matches there, and they're actually okay matches, but to be honest, at that point, Kane just sort of became this punishment for heels.
Yeah.
Where it's like he'd be on SmackDown and Teddy Long would be like, "Oh, I'm Canap player, you're gonna face Kane," and then like the heel who's probably heading towards the title shot is like, "Oh no, not Kane! I'm gonna get killed!" And then he'd go out and he'd beat Kane.
So Kane's the heel.
I don't know.
Kane just didn't know what to do.
But at that point, like, Kane's not the monster anymore. He's sort of just the guy you beat to get the title shot, but not actually in a storyline. It's just
obviously like because they built him up to be this horrendous. Like his face is all
I've been burned.
And you take his mask off and say, "Oh, it's not actually that bad."
It's all psychological. Like you don't actually look that bad at all.
And so,
JR, I'm ugly. I'm going to set on fire.
Does that therefore make him the imposter Kane?
I don't know.
I think he is.
He's just a liar.
Yeah, he's a douchebag.
He's a phony.
He's a phony. Yeah, basically. Yeah. So yeah, he kind of sucks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think for what I was expecting a lot worse.
Yeah, admittedly, we had that Kane Big Show match before, and it was like fucking awful.
Well, if you
slow.
Like, the problem with having two really big guys fight off is it gets really boring because they can't really do anything with each other. Same with like Undertaker versus Great Khali. Like, there's just nothing happens really. And it's a similar thing, but I thought for Kane versus Kane, it would be really really bad, but I don't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be. But for its placement. This is right after the WWE
title match. This pay-per-view is probably the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen for just the layout of the card.
It's messy.
In that it doesn't really make sense. Do you know what? No. This placement isn't so bad. It's actually the match after this that I don't really understand.
Which is?
Cena versus Sabu.
Right.
Which, it's not a main event match, and I would have had it earlier in the night.
Yes.
Probably before RVD versus Edge, considering what happens after it. So,
Cena versus
Sabu. What would I say about this match?
Well,
that was fucking awful. Fucking awful. This match purely exists to bury ECW, which is really stupid when you consider you've just started a new show called ECW on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Siffy.
It doesn't start off too bad. Like, Cena burst into the ECW locker room and was like, "You guys suck."
Yeah. Well, this is the promo.
He's a face. He's burst into the locker room and he's like, "You guys suck." Okay, that's fine. Problem is, Cena's not really the face in all this. He acts like a complete arsehole to everyone.
Yeah.
Like, what's Nunzio done to piss John Cena off?
No, I you know what I think? I think it was the ECW crowd from One Night Stand that pissed him
Yeah,
off.
probably.
You know, probably calling him a faggot or something. No, they do.
But like, there's a match on Raw, like John Cena versus Balls Mahoney.
Yeah.
I accept that John Cena is going to beat Balls Mahoney, but like he beats Balls Mahoney in 2 seconds, and considering Balls Mahoney's like the second longest guy who stays around compared to the other veterans who piss off,
Yeah.
except Tommy Dreamer. You know, it just makes ECW look so weak.
Yeah, it does actually. It doesn't make sense because these guys get hit with so many different weapons and bleed out, and they last these matches.
Yeah.
The
And the
fact
thing is,
that-
like, Sabu makes Cena bleed that night after the Balls Mahoney match, puts him through the announce table, and you're like, huh, are they actually making Sabu a threat to John Cena?
no.
Because I never would have thought of a Sabu versus John Cena match. That's actually kind of interesting to see what would happen. Because, like,
No.
Sabu's this fucking crazy guy, you know?
Yeah.
You can't kill Sabu. You have to, like, put him through barbed wire fire.
Sabu doesn't necessarily sell things either.
Yeah, this match should have gone on forever, really, if it was
Yeah.
in any way an ECW match.
Yeah.
So, actually, to start off with, Extreme Rules, Sabu versus John Cena.
Yes.
Yeah, alright, I'll watch. That's fucking interesting.
With a lumberjack match.
It's an Extreme Lumberjack match. So you're like, oh, right, so it's Sabu versus John Cena surrounded by ECW guys. So, okay, what you're thinking now is, they've noticed that they can't really say that Sabu is as good as, like, this young... The face of their company, basically,
Yeah.
John Cena at this point is, like, the guy who is unbeatable.
So he needs the rest of ECW out there.
So, like, have Sandman beat him up.
No. Well, we'll talk about Sandman because he's hilarious eventually. But yes. ECW.
But, like, then they're like, well, we need Raw guys out there as well.
To make it
To give the ECW Lumberjacks something to do, I guess.
They barely even
Like,
interact.
Al Snow has to fight Snitsky. This has to happen.
Yeah.
And at this point, you're just going, oh, for fuck's sake, it's going to be sucking awful.
It's yeah.
This match is probably one of the worst abominations I've ever seen in wrestling.
That's not true.
No, it
That's a
really...
lie. That's a freaking lie. You know that. That's a
Why?
lie.
What's worse than this?
There's a lot worse than this. We just watched Kane versus Kane.
No, this...
Great Khali matches. are
No,
worse.
this...
Diva matches that are just
Oh,
disrespectful and sexist.
no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying this match is like the worst technical piece
I'm not
of
talking about that either.
athleticism. I'm just saying the way this works out as a story, what this match suggests, what this match actually does, is probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in wrestling, with the exception of Sting losing at WrestleMania.
I'm
If
sure
that wasn't worse.
WCW must have done something worse.
I know, because it's kind of expected. Okay, yeah, the Think Poke of Doom is worse than this
Yeah,
in terms of like
exactly,
the general wrestling landscape.
Right.
But when you sit down and consider this and what it does, you're such a dickhead.
What the hell?
I know, you're pissing me off.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
This match, Sabu has offense for like the first 10 minutes. And he hits all his moves, he hits all his finishers. Well, he doesn't really have a finisher, but he does like the Arabian face bust off the chairs. He's doing moonsaults. He hits Cena with everything. They go outside a couple of times, there's some mild scuffling. Then John Cena throws Sabu to the outside, ECW Raw start fighting. Like, Al Snow grabs John Cena, and you're like, oh my god, John Cena's in trouble here, Al Snow's got him, oh no! Fucking Sabu clocks Al Snow, I don't know. And then John Cena just hits him, like, he basically just hits an FU, puts him in the STFU, and Sabu taps.
Wow, that was quick.
It's pretty much it. It's...
Well, there's
Firstly,
much to go into here because
Sabu has been like tied up in barbed wire with Terry Funk, and yet he taps to shut up the fucking unicorn. I'm still calling it silence the fucking unicorn.
silence the fucking unicorn.
He taps up to silence the fucking unicorn
What?
in less
Yeah.
than 2 minutes.
Right. Yes.
His only motivation not to tap out is Balls Mahoney on the outside going, no, Sabu, don't.
Yes. And he's like, oh god, balls is coming towards me. I want to talk about the point of having this lumberjack match because first off, once they come out to this match, so I couldn't keep my eyes away from Sandman because he was so drunk, just staring off to space. I think he was
I think he thought that he was in the match, and John Cena was going against him or something.
Yeah, because he like stands up against John Cena at the start.
He stands there like facing some wrong direction for ages, just waiting for something. I don't know, and I don't know why he needs to lie down, basically, and I noticed during the match as well that okay, maybe this is actually an idea to keep John Cena face and have him a good guy, but I think it's the ECW guys distract Cena from doing whatever he's going to do to Sabu by beating up the Raw guys. So like, now they're fighting.
No.
So Cena has to go out there and
No, because Sabu's on the outside, the Raw guys start beating him up.
no. They're both in the ring. There's a bit when they're both in the ring and they start fighting outside.
I don't think so, because nothing really happens.
No, they do. It's just that there's that one moment. I think
don't
Cena
know
runs
that.
over there to like
I'm not even sure watching the same
do whatever.
match.
No, yeah. So that happens, and honestly, I'm like, just continue the match. Really, I wouldn't really bother with who was going outside of the ring. That doesn't really change of who the inside of the ring. So I don't know why they did that. And also, was it Sabu or was it someone else who gets put through like a bit of the table?
It's Sabu. He FUs him outside.
Yeah.
But Sabu misses the table. He only hits the edge of it.
Yeah. And
Which looks really
breaks his
fucking
back.
painful. Then like John Cena rolls him in, silence the fucking unicorn, taps out straight away.
Yeah. Because like Cena does a couple of those things. Like it's like they're extreme guys, so I'll just do whatever I want to them, and it really looks painful. Like Steve Richards, and that's
That's the other one. Yeah.
because he's actually hurt his back before.
Stevie Richards broke his back in like 1997.
Yeah, and
Probably
yeah.
should have stopped wrestling then.
Yeah, he just suplexed him onto concrete.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's like these guys are ECW, but they're also old and broken. Cena, leave them alone.
They are now.
Yeah.
No, this match was terrible. Yeah, just thinking about it. To make this match make sense, Sabu had to look like a threat to John Cena, and he did an okay job on Raw. But in this match, like Sabu hits all his offense, and Cena's not even phased. He's not even sweating
He
by the
doesn't
end
do
of it.
that any time.
But like JR and Jerry on commentary are like, oh, extremely crappy wrestling, and even JR is like, oh, John Cena's clearly better than Sabu, who sucks. So what has this accomplished? This match pretty much exists to bury ECW,
Of course
and
it does.
ECW is the thing you're promoting.
Because if WWE do one thing that's one thing well, and that is bury whoever they're bringing on. Like ECW is a new thing to WWE. Let's bury it. They do that with every new
No.
wrestler.
That's
They do
not
it with Sting.
That's not
bringing it
necessarily
on.
true.
That is true. That's what they're good at.
This new ECW product, you need to put it over.
Yeah.
So even if you need to smudge this finish, I'm not saying Sabu has to win, but like John Cena needs to look like he's been through a war, and he doesn't. He's not even sweating. He has just killed ECW in 5 minutes, and we've now going to turn over to ECW and watch Balls Mahoney versus people like Kevin Thorne and Marcus Cole and think Balls Mahoney has a chance. We're not. He's nothing. Like Al Snow goes to TNA anyway, so he doesn't matter. Nunzio, okay, he's been on WC and WWE for ages, and he's like a cruiserweight. He's okay,
Yeah.
but he never amounts to anything. He generally just gets killed.
Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer does go on a run.
Yeah.
It's not very good, but he does.
Yeah.
Sandman leaves. Sabu leaves shortly after this, but can you fucking blame him?
Sabu was never there.
But like,
Sabu.
Sabu taps out in 2 minutes. Anyone who's watched the original ECW and had any hopes for this angle has now just left your audience.
Yeah.
Because they've seen Sabu tied up in barbed wire. They've seen him like hit by nails and glass bottles. They've seen him in Japan. They've seen all the scars on his body. And yet, a really bad submission move, and the STFU is a really bad submission move. It doesn't look like it hurts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he taps out in 2 minutes.
That's another thing I want to talk about is the tapping out, which I think is, like tapping out is so inconsistent in WWE or in just wrestling in general, because I've seen people who are reaching for the ropes and they're tapping on the ground and they don't get counted out. That's fine. Here we have Balls Mahoney, kind of like, come on, you can do it, Sabu, and you can clearly see Sabu going, yeah, like trying to reach for him, and that counts as tap out. He's done.
That's not true. He did tap out. It's clear that he taps out. I know that like they sometimes have the thing where they bang, 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 bang on the floor, but it's storyline. It's not real wrestling, so the referee knows when to count it out as tapping.
Like there needs to be, like I think referee.
So you're saying that if like Randy Orton puts Dolph Ziggler in a sleeper hold and Dolph Ziggler's like on the floor and he's like smacking the floor to get motivation, get the crowd going. That's it. That's tapping out. You're out. You've lost.
Yeah.
And
Unless the referee goes up to him like you're tapping out. He's like I'm tapping out. Oh, okay, fine. Here, Sabu was just like shit balls behind him.
He's not though, is he?
He is. He's not clearly tapping out.
He's going. ECW.
He's slightly touching the ground a bit.
He's like ECW's clearly dead. I don't fucking care anymore.
No, he's not.
I'll go to TNA and wrestle Rabbis in a barbed wire match. That's not actually that good. I don't know what you were watching, but you need to stop. Okay. Okay, so Spirit Squad vs DX. This is the main event.
Yeah, sort of.
This is the actual main event.
Yeah.
After the farce we've just seen, Vince is with the Spirit Squad. No, it's not. We've done that already.
Yeah, that's happened.
The promo for this. The promo package actually makes it look pretty good. Like, 1 week, the Spirit Squad destroy Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is gone.
And
they give Triple H the hammer and say, like, you kill him off. He doesn't do it.
Yeah, and kills off Spirit Squad.
Yeah. Next week, Spirit Squad are beating up Triple H.
Yeah. So they have to work together to beat the Spirit Squad. And that's where DX comes back.
Well, in more detail than that, like, how it actually happens is it's going to be a gauntlet match. Triple H versus the Spirit Squad. So, like, the Spirit Squad come out one at a time. Like, Triple H beats up one of them, beats up two of them. 3 of them, the numbers game starts to catch up with him. Then there's 4 of them. They're beating him up. Triple H on the floor, he's getting his ass kicked. And then Vince is like, well, hold on, guys, there's one more Spirit Squad member to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Nikki, get out here. Nothing. He's like, Nikki? Also, Nikki comes, like, cartwheeling out.
Flies out.
At, like, 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, what's happened? It's Shawn Michaels.
I think we just missed the best switching music because it's behind and it makes it go.
Yeah. I think it's hit with no switching music.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels, Triple H clean house. They re-note DX to do the thing. DX is back. Is this a good thing?
Yeah.
From a marketing point of view, yes, because DX sells a lot of merchandise.
For a comedy point of view, yes, because it's very funny. A lot
Some of it's very funny, although it doesn't always end that way.
Yeah.
From an actual, if you sit down and think about it, point of view, DX back in the day, 2 guys who were rebelling against the company. 20 years on, one of them's married the boss's daughter and is going to get like a position in the company. The other one's a born-again Christian who has reformed.
Yeah.
This is the least rebellious outfit in the world now.
Yeah, and it really doesn't feel like DX without the rest of them, you know.
Well, so you say that, but like when it started out, it was pretty much Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Oh yeah,
okay,
I know,
China and actually to begin with, Rick Rude was there as well. He was
they
like
never
bodyguard.
with the DX reunited. They don't add anyone else into this. It's just them 2. So yeah.
So yeah, this match.
Well, I was going to say that I'm pretty sure someone says that it mentions the Attitude Era, like it's like the return of the Attitude Era, and it's like, yeah, it's not really.
They do that a lot.
I know, but like whenever they bring back a wrestler or something.
When you consider that Shawn Michaels was never even in the Attitude Era,
right?
Like he left before the Attitude Era really got started. Like really, the Attitude Era starts when Shawn Michaels leaves.
Yeah,
because he was part of the next generation, the new generation. Sorry.
Yeah. So was H, right?
He was there, but like he became like one of the main figures of the Attitude Era.
Yeah. So yeah.
So this has nothing to do with the Attitude Era, basically. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
This match actually made me realise the problem with the Spirit Squad. They don't act well. One of the biggest problem of their many problems.
Yeah.
They don't actually have any individual personalities.
No. Did you just notice?
I mean, okay, they don't get any time to have like the mic and say, "Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm like a guy."
No.
Well, no. How did the Spirit Squad end? Because when they have like the Nexus ending, they clearly show like
It breaking up.
it breaking up in
I don't even remember the Spirit Squad ending.
like you know
It sort of just disappeared at some point.
was
At some point,
squabble within.
At some
team?
point, all the Spirit Squad leave and just Kenny Dykstra remains.
Yeah.
And like he just doesn't really do anything. He loses to Ric Flair quite a lot, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
Then he leaves, and then like 4 or 5 years later, Dolph Ziggler comes back.
Yeah. It's not like
Not as Nikki. I
Yeah.
think he's Nikki.
No, they're all the same.
See, the only ones I remember are Kenny, Nikki, Mikey, and there's 2 more.
Steve. Yeah. I don't remember the Spirit Squad breaking up within the Inside and all them like fighting each other and stuff.
It's all just disappear, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, no, they've always kind of been like that. They always sucked.
Johnny. Nikki, Mikey, Kenny, Johnny.
Johnny! Oh, you're speaking American. Johnny!
Donnie?
Donnie!
Don't know.
You think of the Osmonds.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
This is a comedy match. And
actually,
the problem with that is, this is the main event.
yeah.
This would have made sense.
Oh.
We'll discuss the card in a minute, in
Yeah.
the order I would have put it in. Because the biggest, like, one of the biggest problems with this pay-per-view is just the order the match is coming. It's fucking all over the place. It's awful.
Yep.
So, yeah.
This match, a lot of this match is those. I think Shawn Michaels mostly getting beaten up though. Like the Spirit Squad do actually.
Most of
Beat 'em
DX's run will be Shawn Michaels getting beaten up.
Yeah. I think most of the extra run is get beaten up and then really take it at the end.
No, mostly Shawn Michaels getting beaten up.
Yeah. So that is like I wouldn't say that they make Spirit Squad look good. It makes Spirit Squad look like something.
The storytelling of this isn't too bad because they do make like Spirit Squad individually are a joke.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they don't have any individual character.
Right.
But because there's 5 of them,
Yes. They outnumber.
they're basically the Shield.
Well, I think the Shield was a bit better individually as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they
people
are.
would deny that. But...
No, even if you don't like Roman Reigns, you can't put him on the same level as the Spirit Squad.
Hey, people really freaking hated Roman Reigns.
Johnny.
So,
So, there's some funny spots in this match. Johnny puts on a karate belt and he's all like,
oh yeah, yeah,
and Shawn Michaels just like,
yeah.
and he like tags in Triple H,
Triple H.
who beats him up.
Yeah,
And Johnny gets like a broken nose as well.
yeah.
Fucking looks horrible. So he's like covered in blood. He's like sort of just wandering around. Another cool spot from the Spirit Squad actually, like Shawn Michaels is hurt in a ring, and the trampoline's on the outside, and the Spirit Squad member runs towards the ring, jumps on the trampoline, jumps over the ropes, and hits a bulldog.
Yeah,
I actually did like that move.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then Triple H was like, "Shit, I got to fix it." He just throws the trampoline.
Throws a trampoline at the Spirit Squad. I thought 7 or 8 inches to the right, that would have gone into the crowd, hurt someone.
Oh,
so-
definitely. I like his thinking, but yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, that was something good.
Yeah. Then back into the match, like Shawn Michaels is in the ring and they tag in. It's like, I think it's Nikki. His name is in this, but like you got to think in 2006, this is Shawn Michaels versus Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah,
That is kind of cool.
and you know, and like Dolph Ziggler, he gets buried down just forever.
Yeah, Shawn somehow ends up on the outside, gets hit with a chair. Triple H starts beating up the Spirit Squad. After that, it sort of just breaks down.
Yeah,
Spirit Squad beat on Shawn Michaels for a while. Then it just sort of Triple H gets in, beats the shit out of him. They start hitting switching musics and pedigrees, and that's it. But Vince comes out on top of the ramp and he's clapping, and you're like, oh, so this is ongoing, obviously.
definitely. Yeah, and then DX continues for
On
a
and
little
on.
while, actually, not
4 or 5 years.
not forever. So yeah,
It was a good match, I guess. But as a main event,
I mean, they must have really built up this DX thing to make this a main event.
yeah, they've been doing stuff. As we mentioned, like they sent him the cock and it's like, DX said you're like
Yeah, it's all
cock.
these pranks. I guess
Like
because
the dancing guy.
it's directed at Vince McMahon, it is quite serious, therefore it's a main event. But it definitely isn't a main event match. Like, are you going to talk about the order?
Yeah, that was.
Because I think this would have been better as an earlier match, for sure.
Yeah, what I would say is the problem with this pay per view is that there's like 3 storylines they've been focusing on: DX coming back, RVD and Edge, John Cena and ECW. But you can't have 3 main events, obviously. The problem is the way the matches play out, especially John Cena versus Sabu is definitely not a main event level match.
I think lumberjack matches should be
I put John Cena versus Sabu on the same level as Umaga versus Eugene.
right.
And it's basically just like a
Comedy match.
no, it's just destruction. It's just a kid.
Yeah.
DX versus Spirit Squad is a comedy match,
Right.
and it's really entertaining. I enjoyed it. It's not a main event, and the RVD Edge match was good enough to be main event if you'd given it that attention.
Yeah.
I'd have put that as the main event, the last match on the show. Before that, I'd have had the Kane versus Kane match, so that they can kill the crowd, so that RVD Edge can build them back up again.
Right. Okay.
Make them come. Yes.
Yeah.
I'd have had the DX match before that.
Oh, okay.
So, because you wear the crowd out for cheering for DX, give them the Kane match to calm down, and then top them off with the Edge.
So the K match is the piss break.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a Divas match.
Yeah, get food. Yeah. I guess they can have the Divas match.
Yeah,
because
there's
Kane
no
had to
Divas
have-
match, so we have Kane versus Kane in that spot.
Yeah. That makes
I'd
sense.
probably had Ric Flair versus Mick Foley before that. And it's not actually story. It's more story than wrestling is. There's not actually any wrestling going on.
Yeah.
I'd have had Cena versus Sabu match before that.
And you would have started off with Colito, Benjamin. I've forgotten Eugene, but that doesn't count.
I'd probably start off with Eugene versus. Actually, no. I would have probably started off with the Intercontinental match. Had Kurt Angle versus Randy Orton, and then Eugene and Margo.
Yeah.
Disagree on that
So,
point?
sometimes I see the kind of the Eugene style match at the beginning. I see them do that a few times. So like just basically get out of the way.
I suppose.
I see.
I don't like it being the first match just because it's
No.
so short, basically.
Um.
However, I think the Randy Orton versus Kurt Angle match is too slow.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that actually. It's simply out of like pacing, because you do your orders like heighten the crowd then kind of go like that. So like you have good match, piss break, good match, like food break.
Yeah.
stuff
Having
like
said that, like on the face of it, if you're actually going to do the John Cena versus Sabu match properly,
yeah.
maybe put that third instead of DX one and have DX early in the night.
Yeah.
But then that is more important, I suppose. I'm kind of working this out on how the match is played out. Because the build up to the Edge for the John Cena Sabu match is quite big, but the match is just a walkover.
Yeah. I think story changes things as well. I think a match like the DX match, if you didn't have DX, if you had a similar thing, you could have it lower on the card. And because it was so important, because they built it up so much.
Yeah, I think the problem is because it's like DX is the first time DX has been on a card since. Well, it's the first time like Shawn Michaels Triple H has been on the card together.
Yeah.
Since probably late 97, I mean.
Yeah.
Early 98.
Which is how it is.
It's just how it works out.
Yeah.
But just as the match plays out, you think, this isn't a main event match. So, what do you think of Vengeance 2006?
I think overall, I've seen better during the throughout 2006 so far, and I think this is the messiest out of all of them when it comes to the what do they call it? The
Card?
yeah, card, whatever. And it's just nothing really special about it, I didn't really feel any progression for a story, any kind of. I know they were trying to with the whole ECW thing, but
it didn't really work. We had a couple of good matches. I think the Intercontinental match and the WWE Championship match were probably the best. Randy Orton versus Angle was alright. Nothing, not really the right match to start the whole pay-per-view with. Quite slow. Eugene was a waste of time, but he's always anyway. Mick Foley and Ric Flair was, like you said, it's more of a story match anyway, but it's enjoyable because they're both enjoyable to watch. Cena and Sabu, no matter how much I enjoy watching Sabu, I don't enjoy watching Cena very much because it doesn't matter who he goes up against, same match. And DX versus Spirit Squad, Kane versus Kane, like I said, was surprising as how good I thought it was going to be horrendous. It was better than horrendous, I guess. But I didn't see how it promoted Kane's new movie at the time, See No Evil, which they were promoting in the background for some of the scenes. And DX vs Spirit Squad, enjoyable to watch. Like I said, if it wasn't DX, they could have had that as like the first match or something. But because it was, and they built it up so much, they wanted it at the end, and I think it was quite lackluster. And then obviously I complain about the lack of a Diva match, which isn't necessarily a complaint because it would have been bad anyways. But yeah, overall as a pay-per-view, not very good. Some of the matches were good, but it was mostly just disappointing.
I think I disagree on most points. I don't just think this is like a disappointing pay-per-view. I think this is probably one of the worst pay-per-views I've ever seen, especially so far in 2006. We started off the year pretty well. New Year's Revolution was good. The Royal Rumble was okay. No Way Out was okay. Good WrestleMania. Since then, the quality has started to dip, where Backlash was probably the best pay-per-view we've seen so far this year. And then we had not the Great American Bash. We had a SmackDown pay-per-view. We had Judgment Day, that was it. And Judgment Day was just awful. But this is worse. And there are crimes against wrestling going on here. The Randy Orton Kurt Angle match was okay. It was a good technical show. Fine. Eugene versus Umaga is what it is. Umaga killed Eugene. It's always what was going to happen. And it's actually one of the better stories they're telling at the moment is Umaga. In that nothing can stop him. He is destroying everything they put in front of him.
Yeah, but Eugene, of course he was
I know it's a basic story, but at the same time they're doing it well. Like, nothing's even phased Umaga yet. Yeah. What was after that? No, I can't actually remember.
Mick Foley, wasn't it?
That's it. Foley versus Flair, again, it is what it is, a story. Like, they're setting up their SummerSlam match.
Yeah.
Fine, it was okay. The Intercontinental title match was amazing. Really great match. John Cena versus Sabu basically destroys what they've been doing over the last 2 months.
You missed the WWE Championship.
I did miss a WWE title match. Shame. It was a good match. I like the WWE title match.
Yeah.
John Cena versus Sabu. It's not even bad just because it's John Cena fighting his typical match, because it's not. Sabu basically gets all his offense in the first 5 minutes. John Cena doesn't really do anything. But he does that dodgy FU through the table, hits the silence the fucking unicorn. That's it. So that is just an abomination. It's awful. And as I was saying, Sabu's pretty much worthless to WWE now, because anyone who's never watched the old ECW or knows anything about Sabu, all they know about him now is that he's a pussy who loses to Cena. Easy. The Kane versus Kane match was just boring. And the DX versus Spirit Squad match, I know they had to put it last because DX is back and it's big. Very big. But it just doesn't seem like a main event match.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
Yeah. So as a whole, this pay-per-view fucking sucks. And I fucking hated it.
It's like a lot of the match was actually worked out on Raw, where they try and set up what's going to happen next. The next pay-per-view.
Considering what happens afterwards, you have Edge versus RVD versus John Cena.
Yeah.
A triple title match. It's great. Edge wins the title. And then, like, several weeks after that, Big Show beats RVD for the ECW title. So every bit of build-up we've had, I don't even think we get RVD versus John Cena. I think we do, but, like, Edge interrupts it, and that's why it's a triple threat. So everything they built up with this DVD is completely worthless. Except maybe Umaga. Because even the DX stuff, they go on other stuff, they'll be feuding with other people.
Yeah.
So this is just awful.
Well, I don't even think that your Umaga thing is that great. Like, if you want to build him up to be this killing machine, Eugene isn't the one to throw out there.
Well, at the point you don't want to expose him to anyone more important because you want to pace it out.
Yeah, definitely.
This takes several months. We won't see Umaga have like decent opponents till the end of this year.
I didn't right at the beginning, no. But I mean,
this has only been going on for a couple of months.
Like,
if you remember, like I think it was actually the last pay-per-view we first saw Eugene on, saw Umaga on pay-per-view. We beat Ric Flair.
Yeah. Well, he's already beaten a legend then.
Yeah, 75 years later.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the reason it's a good story is that like nothing is standing up to Umaga. He's steamrolling everything. That's fine. Carry that on. I'm pretty sure he gets his hands on some ECW originals.
Right. Yeah, so that's fine. Because I mean, like the whole when Randy Orton used to do the Legend Killer kind of thing, which is always cool.
That's fine.
Like that's how you build up a killing machine.
Yeah, but like the only reason I don't like that match is Eugene just spent so much time bringing out Jim Duggan and Doink and Kamala, and like, they don't actually do anything; they just get killed. I'm guessing like it's more people to feed to Umaga.
Yeah, well, WWE love bringing back old wrestlers to kind of like good old days. Yeah, anyone. But I don't know who Kamala is. I don't think anyone else did either. So people know who Jim Duggan is because he comes out so often. To go, oh. Everyone loves it, and I think some people will remember Doink because he's quite unforgettable for WWE. Like they had a clown, but I still don't know who Kamala is.
I can't really point out any important feuds that Kamala had. I think he might have been in Mr. Fuji's stable, but I mean, I'm not even sure of that.
So I don't think I've ever seen a match with them. I'm not sure, but I mean, like for getting the crowd rallied up to, when you bring out the old wrestlers.
I think Kamala might have wrestled Bret Hart at some point.
Like, when they did with Heath Slater later on, they had all those old wrestlers come back. Like, at least they brought out wrestlers that people knew. That was the problem with that. They obviously try to bring back old wrestlers.
I'm guessing the reason they chose Kamala is he's got the same body type as Umaga.
And same
but, like,
race.
Umaga's quite, physical as well, whereas Kamala is just fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kamala's gone. Well, Kamala will probably be back, and yeah. Next up is the Great American Bash, where we have the Punjabi prison match with The Undertaker facing
Great Khali.
No, the Big Show. Goodbye.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
No, Vivian, no! Please! Look, you were right when I was wrong. I am a virgin!
Not for long, matey.